It's no longer a secret anymore. Your smart TV has been illegally surveilling you, and in this explainer we're going to break down exactly how they do it, why they're doing it, and, most importantly, what you can do about it.
You know, what once sounded like something straight out of a conspiracy theory, that your TV is literally watching you, well, it's now been proven to be 100% true. Everything you watch, everything you play, even stuff you're working on, it's all being monitored.
So, let's start with a number. Take a look at this, 7,200. It might not seem like a whole lot at first glance, but what it represents is pretty staggering. It's the number of times your smart TV is taking a snapshot of what's on your screen.
That's right, not per day, not per week, 7,200 times an hour. That works out to about twice every single second. And it doesn't care what you're doing. Binge watching Netflix? Yep. Playing a video game? For sure. Even if you're just using your TV as a big monitor for your laptop, if it's on the screen, your TV is logging it.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how is this even technically possible? Well, the answer comes down to a specific piece of tech that's built into basically every smart TV out there.
It's called ACR, which stands for Automatic Content Recognition. And you can pretty much think of it as the TV's own set of eyes, specifically designed to identify everything that shows up on your screen. Movies, TV shows, commercials, video games, you name it.
Now, just to be clear, your TV isn't sending a full high-def screenshot back to headquarters 7,200 times an hour. That would be a crazy amount of data. Instead, it creates something called a fingerprint. It's just a tiny little file of unique data points that perfectly describes what's on the screen. It's way more efficient, but it's just as good at figuring out what you're watching.
So who are the culprits here? Well, it's pretty much all the big names. We're talking Samsung, LG, Sony, Hisense, TCL, they're all in on it. And don't think you're safe just because your TV runs on Google TV. Turns out, while Google says their platform doesn't use ACR, the TV manufacturers just build their own tracking systems right on top of it.
And here is the real kicker. This tracking feature, it's turned on by default right out of the box. When you first set up your shiny new TV, you're rushing through all those legal agreements, right? We all just click accept to get to the good stuff. And that is exactly what these companies are banking on. But why? What's the real motivation to go through all this trouble just to track what we're watching? Well, as you probably guessed, it all comes down to money. And we're talking a lot of money.
This quote right here just says it all. A few years back, Vizio got caught doing this, and they straight up admitted that they were making way more profit selling their customers' data than they were from selling the actual TVs. It really hammers home that your viewing habits are the real product.
And what they build with that data is this incredibly detailed profile of you and your entire household. They're logging every show you watch, they see when you pause, what time of day you watch, and they combine all that with your IP address and the other apps you use. From all this, they can make some pretty accurate guesses about your age, your income, your political views, even your family situation.
So who's lining up to buy this super personal profile of you? Well, advertisers are number one. You ever see an ad on your phone for a product that you just saw on a TV show? This is exactly why. Political campaigns are also buying this data to send you targeted messages. And then you have the data brokers, who just package it all up and sell it to pretty much anyone who wants to buy it. For years, this whole thing has been kind of a Wild West, operating in a legal gray area. But that's starting to change, big time. This practice is now facing a huge legal battle that could change everything.
So here's how things have been heating up. After those Vizio revelations back in 2021, the other shoe finally dropped in December of 2023. The Attorney General of Texas filed massive lawsuits against Samsung, LG, and all the other big players, basically saying they broke consumer protection laws.
And the language in the lawsuit is incredibly strong. The Texas AG calls the whole practice invasive, deceptive, and unlawful. The argument is that these companies basically tricked people into giving up their privacy just to be able to use a product they had already paid for.
Now, the case against Hisense has this extra layer of concern. See, Hisense is owned by the Chinese government, and under Chinese law, the government can legally demand that the company hand over any and all data it collects on its users, and that includes American users. So this isn't just a privacy issue anymore, it's a potential national security risk.
So, with all of this going on, the big question is, what can you actually do about it? I know it feels like a lot, but you're not powerless here. Let's walk through your personal playbook for taking back a little bit of control.
Here are 3 real, concrete steps you can take. First, the most basic thing. You gotta dive into your TV's settings. Look for anything called automatic content recognition or maybe something vague like viewing information services and turn it off. Second, if you're a bit more tech-savvy, you can block the TV from phoning home at your network router. But honestly, the third option is the simplest and the absolute most effective. Just don't connect your smart TV to the internet at all. Use an Apple TV, a Roku, a Fire Stick, anything external for all your streaming.
But look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These companies do not make this easy on you. As this researcher pointed out, the whole opt-out process is designed to be confusing and complex. You have to go through all these different submenus and click a bunch of things to turn it all off, when opting in was just one simple click. It's by design. They made it as easy as possible to spy on you and as hard as possible to make them stop.
And you know, this all really boils down to one fundamental question for our modern, connected lives. We buy these smart devices thinking they're going to serve us, but it seems like they're actually serving their manufacturers by mining us for data. So if your TV is this smart, the real challenge becomes, how can you be smarter?